Parents are onto me. Parents want more than what we can give. Parents just want their kids to go to the Olympics. Parents don't understand how the sport works. So, for this Mindset Monday, I will be talking about parent coaches relationship, but from the coach's perspective. And next week, I will talk about the parents' perspective, okay? Because if not, it will be too long. And I do want to offer as much feedback as possible. Being now a coach and a mom, I feel like I understand much better both sides. So hopefully I can help out with this subject. So hello everyone, my name is Leilani Torres and I'm your artistic swimming mentor. And with Mindset Monday, what I try to do is contribute to the piece of the every single part of the people that are involved in our sport to create a better, healthier, more a joyful place to go and train, a joyful place to not only exercise the body but exercise the soul, the mind, the friendships, socialize, and kind of course build yourself, empower yourself. If you're doing the sport, and hopefully if you're a coach and a parent, you're supporting the athlete. So let's start with specifically that. So let's begin with the obvious. There's the part of the parent, there's the part of the coaches, and what do we want? We want peace within each other, and of course, to take our kids into a better artistic swimming world. We want them to be happy. We want them to have all the tools to get better. We want them to be the best. And we want to support them in any single way that we can for them to fulfill their dreams, right? Then there's the part where that specific subject about them fulfilling their dreams get a bit mixed with the expectations that the coach might have and the parent might have, right? So for example, it really, like, if we only knew, like, if now I'm putting myself in the coach's hat, if we only knew what our swimmers wanted really out of the training, our training plans will be so much easier, right? But not only that, if the parent knew what their child wanted, what their child dream was, then their expectation and their support or their search for a little bit more will be according to the kid's expectation or the kid's goals, right? So I believe that that is key, right? There's a lot that goes on behind this very basic. I kind of went straight to it, but there's a lot that goes behind this, right? Like, even kids don't even know what they want while they're doing the sport, because at first it's a really hard sport to do, right? So what we really want is to, as coaches, create the path and teach them and empower them in the sense that with the right knowledge and with the right mindset and just being persevering in the process, they will obtain their dreams, right? They will be great artistic swimmers, which of course, hopefully all of the kids that we coach are like that. But I know that there are some kids that do want to come to trainings just for recreation, right? And this is the part where we're kind of like there the line between expectation, the mindset of the kid, how do they come, what information do coaches have, what information do parents have, right? What is the expectation from the parents? So then all of this need to connect much better in order to have a peaceful and healthier environment, right? So for coaches, I will make a suggestion right away. I'm going straight to the point. I'm not talking even about examples, but I do feel that it is pretty, if we are clear with these points, I think that our environment will be a much better, a much more relaxed place to be at. And sometimes it's that thought that like parents are onto me as a coach, right? You feel the pressure of the parents. So let's really talk about what can you do with what you have right now in order for you to have a better environment for yourself, for your peace of mind, and for your line of work, right? So one of the things that have worked for me in the past is having a one-on-one talk with my athletes, hopefully with their parents right next to them. But if not, it's great feedback once you get to talk to them one-on-one. Usually kids, they don't really know what to talk about. They actually feel a bit like intimidated when you have a one-on-one with them. But at the same time, it really depends on how you address the matter, and open up in the sense of, I want to be here for you. I want to give back to whatever is it that your dream is about. What are your goals? What is it that you want to achieve? Do you have any other hobbies? Because this is very important. When they have other hobbies, that artistic swimming is not their priority. And when a kid's priority is artistic swimming, because you see them joining Zoom classes, you see them being active in class, you see them asking more about it, right? Like, what else can you give me so that I can keep improving? Like, there's that connection. So then, for example, when you want a little bit more feedback of what's going on with kids that are more introvert, and you take the time to talk to them about it, then you, from your side, you are clear about what are their goals, right? And this part is mega important, because if at any situation in the future you encounter parents wanting more out of this specific child, you can talk to them about them and be clear about, I had a conversation with your daughter, with your son, and we did talk about what their goals were. We did talk about what their interests are. We did talk about the future, and this is what came out. And then you can suggest for them to have a talk with them in private. You can, whatever the deal is, right? So sometimes the expectation from parents or from coaches is because we really don't know what the athlete wants until we talk directly with them. Once we do, it's so much easier to kind of also pull from that information and push them up, right? Or keep them where they want to be and guide them, right? And this information is actually really powerful, because it feels like sometimes we, not in all cases, but we know really well our swimmers. We know them really well, and we feel like we can be of support for them, right? So talking about when there are some difficulties with parents, let's look at the perspective from the parent. It's the same. Parents want what's best for their kids. Parents want their kids, I'm not sure if they want them to be the best, but sometimes they do. Let's just be real. They just want their kids, they want to give their kids the best education, the best coaches for them to be at the top, the best experiences. They want them to be happy. Like, we as parents want to give it all to our kids. Okay, so understanding this perspective, accept that parents will be demanding the best for their kids just because that's like their job. It's like in their job description as parents, right? Now, it's about the way that they ask that may bother you, that you might feel a bit intimidated about the way that they ask you for feedback. I know coaches that don't like parents to talk to them about their kids, like they feel threatened by the experience. They feel undervalued. And I have felt undervalued when I first started doing artistic swimming as a coach. I felt like I wasn't trusted in the process. And of course, it really isn't about that. Like once I noticed, I know I had to become a mom to kind of understand much more what they really want, what parents really want. Then it becomes obvious that accepting that they are concerned about the future of their daughter, son, um, they ask because they want to be there for them, and they want to prepare if there's something coming up. They want to, in the sense, and then prepare might feel like control for coaches or for boards, right? Like the parents asking questions about what's going to happen here, what's going to happen with this, what's going to happen with the solo event, or what's going to happen with the duet event, who's going to do it, who's going to be trying out for national team. I don't know. You can make up whatever the situation is. And yes, parents do want to know, and I would like to know as a coach too. Like sometimes, and right now in pandemic time, we're like maybe federations say something at one point and then they change the next week just because things change. So we need to adapt. We need to understand the dynamics that we are living in right now. And I know that this is not just from now, it has been going on from the past. But again, it's about how do you, as a coach, receive that information? Do you receive it as a concern for their daughter, or do you receive it as an attack for your work, right? And this is key because we do, like, parents know that that you are doing your job, right? They get concerned when they feel that the information is not being like transparent with them. They don't understand the reason why. And it's really because sometimes for me in the past, it was because I felt like, oh, the more information I give, the more they think they will control me. I was like, no, I am in charge. I say what goes on. And of course, if parents are listening to this, yes, there are some things that coaches need to keep to themselves because they are the professionals in the pool. Like they are the ones that have the experience to coach your daughter. So they are the ones that might be deciding who the soloist is. And one example, because this I know is a big subject, but there's a soloist that a coach might have three options. And one of them, it might be great in artistic expression. The other one can be great in height. And the other one can be great in like holding their breath with the legs over the surface of the water. And the coach might not even know until like a week before the competition. And they have, instead of the three of them compete, two of them compete. And then it's whoever wins, then she wins. Like it really, for me as a mother now, I'm changing hats, it's not about who wins or who gets the opportunity. It's about who is the best fitted for the role actually not as a mom, as a coach. Like we do really want to explore, give the opportunity to as many people as possible. But it's impossible to train a group of 12 girls, right? And separate all of the events that there are. If it's figures, if it's technical routine, if it's free routine, if it's combo, if highlights, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Separate all of those in the little time that we have in training. So we do need to prioritize. How do we do that? We value the strengths of the swimmers. We value their commitment, we value their character, we value their perseverance. We value a lot of the things that might not seem important, but that are important in the every single day training. If there's a person that has amazing performance, attitude, like I would prefer a person like that than a person that is always complaining. It's just like we really want to, yes, the person that might be complaining might be a good swimmer, but the one that usually performs best at his best is the one that is positive, the one that perseveres, the one that is um, uh, mind open-minded, like the one that is moving forward, right? Okay, so going back to coaches and how to deal with potential concerned parents, try to focus on that mind shift. Try to focus on maybe not reacting to whatever you're being asked, whatever you're being questioned about, because usually it's a conversation like that. Absorb. The best times that I kind of started dealing with parents was when I started really to listen, like, and really forgetting about myself. Like, I wasn't thinking about myself. I stopped thinking about myself, about my emotions, about my value, about my worth. Like, it wasn't about that. It was in that moment, listening to parents, listening to what they had to say, trying to have an open mind, and really not feeling any pressure to answer, to give any answers in that moment. So when I decided to do that, that's when I started to learn much more about parents, like understanding how parents think about what they really want, how to talk to them, just how to listen, and really making that connection, right? When you establish that, I believe that that's when they will feel appreciation also for giving them that time to express their thoughts and maybe even feelings they might share with you. And that's when there will be a good conversation, because once you listen, then you can say, like, if you're ready to answer in that moment, I hear what you're saying. If you're not ready to answer in that moment, then you can say something like, let me think about what you said. I heard you. I want to understand you. So let me think about what you said and I will get back to you. And there's like, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful feeling when you can give that space to yourself and to let them know that you really are understanding trying to understand their point of view, and you want to do something about that, right? So it's an amazing feeling. Okay, so hopefully for today's session, you kind of got a little bit of this perspective, and hopefully for next week, I will try to talk more about the parent side. Okay, so for coaches, try to shift the mindset, give yourself the time, try to see it from their side. And if not, it's about learning, right? Giving yourself the opportunity, and hopefully that will go great with you. Okay, so if you have any concerns about this subject, please do let me know, because I want to contribute to you. Okay, take care, have a great week. Bye.